and now the models that are around is just they 100% legit. You know what I mean? So in order for they
Hmm.
to stay alive, we're gonna have to go back into a cult.
Yeah, that's why they started doing stuff like opening up the casinos and other things like that to like kind of play a different part so they could do
Watch their
everything in the
like
background under the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah, they did a lot of shit. Casinos was the majority of the but high percentage of the money, but they did a lot of construction shit. You know what I mean? And all types
Hmm.
of legitimate other business. You know what I mean? Like the with the union laborers and shit like that. They did a lot of legitimate shit that you know what I mean. They legitimized they you know what I mean, their gangsterism. You know what I mean? And that's what you're gonna have to do for this pimping because even back then you had motherfuckers the P's in the 70s and 60s. They was buying massage parlors. They was buying strip clubs. They was buying, you know what I mean? Shit that the bitch, you can watch the old movies, the Max and all that shit, you know what I mean? The Pimpin went to go buy him a strip club, you know what I mean? And Pimpin had him a massage parlor and shit, things like that, you know what I mean? So it's gonna have to be a way where you're gonna have to, you know, make a website or whatever you're gonna do to keep this shit going and flowing, you know what I mean? But you gotta legitimize this shit.
Pimping got to pimp itself. So
You gotta
Uh,
prostitute the dollar. You gotta
nah,
send,
for
you
sure,
gotta
for
make the
sure.
dollar your bitch and you gotta send the dollar and make it work for you.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it just, that's what I was gonna say, bro. It just went way more mainstream. Like you said, it used to be something that was in the back. You feel me? Behind the scenes, high elite people, like more like a secret society. Now it's like more thrown in your face. Like like I'm saying, like not saying that they on some ism with these
Everybody
news
think that
shows and shit, but it's everywhere. It's
you couldn't
everywhere.
do pimping back then if you didn't tap in with the pimping. You had to check in with pimping. You couldn't just say you was pimping. You had to check in with the pimping, and pimping had to be like, he doing some pimping. You know what I mean? Where you at, P? Come pull up, man. Let's see what's going on. And then you be like, okay,
Hmm.
right, doing some pimping. And then they was allowed to be in the society. They wasn't allowed to come around us. You know what I mean? And be at the same hotels and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah.
where
I
it was
remember. I
at.
remember when. I remember when you had to really get chopped up in the circle type
You
shit. You got to
getting
get.
chopped up the fuck up. Well, you go just to be around. You are gonna have about 3, 4 pimps off. You know what I mean? Before a motherfucker, you
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying. Yeah, for sure.
especially when you cross country pimping, that you leave your territory. Because when you a local joker, you made it big in your city. Then when you start leaving out, you got to brand yourself all over it.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, they
Like,
heard about you being the shit sits you from your biddy.
that's what
So
they want to see.
they want to see that shit for real. They want to hear it. They want to see about that little shit. Whatever you claim to, whatever you got a reputation for, you out here knocking shit down. You out here pimp hoes. When niggas see you OT, they want to see about that little shit. You know what I mean? If you known for doing
mhm.
gang drugs, you feel me? They want, you know what I mean? Whatever you do, you know what I mean? They want to see that little shit. And they gonna test it. You claim you pimping, you know what I mean? They gonna see about that little shit.